I used to think that freedom was, travel, money, do whatever I wanted, whatever. But now there's like this new sense of freedom that I'm a dad. And it's because before there's like this paradox of choice. Like there's so many different paths I could go down, so many different opportunities, so much potential. And there still is. But now it's focused. Now we have baby Maya, who's just this infinite ball of love and potential. And really, looking at her, it's just like, that's true freedom. I just became a dad, and boy, oh boy, they are correct. It's a truly life-changing experience to first hold your baby. It was amazing to witness the home birth. Laura wrote an article about it that you can read. And it's just pure magic to see how much work it is to create new life. And even the pain of it was beautiful to witness. And now my relationship with my wife is deeper than ever. And I feel a new sense of like freedom for this. And that doesn't really make sense based on what I thought freedom was in my 20s. And now it's crystal clear. If something doesn't help me serve and protect and provide for my family, it's not for me. And it's liberating. And it's exactly opposite of what I thought freedom was. Freedom is kind of a paradox when there's not as many choices. And it's a great place to be. It's a really great feeling now that I have such a mission in life to protect and provide for my family. Before I talk more about freedom, I want to share a quote from The Prophet, which is one of my favorite books. You can just leave it around the house, pick it up any page, and get a little nugget of wisdom. And this one is about freedom. It says, "For you can only be free when even the desire of seeking freedom becomes a harness to you, and when you cease to speak of freedom as a goal and a fulfillment." So to me, this means that if you are constantly chasing this thing, freedom, you'll never be free. I think in whatever opportunity or circumstance that life gives you, you can make the conscious decision to find freedom in that and put your best foot forwards. The unfortunate truth is the world doesn't want you free. They want you captive. They want kids to be consuming, not creating. They want them to be obedient, not independent. The whole childbirth, everything reminded me so clearly of just how much we're animals. We are meant to live in nature, to touch grass, to walk around barefoot, to, be aligned with our circadian rhythm, to be in nature. And the world today, the first thing we're supposed to do with our kids is just drop them off in a classroom. We're supposed to sit indoors all day and learn from a teacher. And that's just how they get their information. And it's kind of programming. Hal Finney said that the computer can be used as a tool to liberate and protect people rather than to control them. Right now, with our devices, with social media and how we communicate online, it's quite clear that these tools are being used to control and program people. And why are they so addictive? You look at a kid, you're automatically going to look at the screen. Same with adults too. And I can't blame them. Why? Because it's evolutionary mismatch at its finest. The light being emitted from these devices, well, it's evolutionary inappropriate. Like these things, the screens are emitting fake alien light. It's blue lit, and they're also emitting light, which is flickering. You can't see it, but your brain can. And of course you're going to look at it. It's very stimulating for our brains, for our little monkey minds. These things are such great digital babysitters. So that's why I'm so stoked about this daylight computer, is because at least this thing, it seems like a good balance. It has no artificial light. It's just your brain sees it as a normal object, as reflecting light. At night, there's no blue light and it's not flickering. It's a tool. But right now, they've all become these dopamine distracting slot machines that are basically programming our minds and are super stimulating and addicting. And let's take a look at why it's really toxic in the way it exists now. It's because the way we communicate is through these giant publicly traded corporations. And these corporations, these CEOs, the people working for them, they have a duty to their shareholders to increase revenue at all costs, to increase the price of the shares. And they're legally bound to do this. They need to keep you addicted, scrolling, so that they can shove your attention and they can sell it to the advertiser. It's got me thinking, like, what is my role now that I'm a dad and have His life's dependent on me. What's my role in making a better world for our future generations and Maya's grandkids and her children? And I think that my role in all this is to create a better way to communicate online. And that's where Primal fits in. And that's where Noster fits in. It's a way to communicate to each other without central third parties being in between us. Facebook connected the world, but at what cost? And I don't necessarily blame them. It was the best solution for the time being, and now there's a better solution. Just like how Bitcoin, we learned everything that Bitcoin is, we learned from gold and what makes good money. But it digitalizes it for the digital age. Now we have next generation social media, call it, with Noster and Primal, which is what I'm building. And we get to learn what makes these other products super addicting and toxic for our children and even for adults. And part of that problem is the fact that we don't have as much agency and control over what we're seeing. What Noster provides, which Primal is built on, is the ability to take your identity, content, and followers to any app. So if you don't agree with the rules and you don't like the tools that they give you in a particular app, that's fine. You can leave. The algorithms, they're opt-in instead of just there blasting you, trying to suck your attention in at all costs. But Primal, since it's built on Noster, is a foundation for digital freedom. So my hope is that my daughter realizes that I fought for freedom in the digital realm. And that I hope that she sees that fighting for freedom in the digital realm makes physical reality even better. I don't want her to live in a life trapped in somebody else's system. I don't want her friends to live in such a world as well. So that's my story, that's my role, and that's how I see I fit into this. I think it's time to start shifting our digital energy, our content, and our voice. It's time to regain control of that. And if you decide to make the move over, hit me up on there. Tag @PaulInTheJungle in any of your comments, and I'll send you some freedom money, Bitcoin. So hit me up for any questions. Let me know your feedback. I'm all ears. And thanks for watching. Pura vida.